What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be attempting the checkered deck in Balatro for the very first time. I've never played with this deck, but essentially you start with 26 spades and 26 hearts in the deck, which makes plays like this very easy. There's an easy small blind. The key to this run is going to be using the Jupiter cards to level up our flushes. Let's open up this pack. When small blind or big blind is selected, gain 0.5x mult and destroy a random joker. Absolutely not worth it. But essentially, the entire run we're going to be using flushes. There's another blind down. Let's open up some packs. Let's do a random joker. We got runner, gain plus 15 chips if played hand contains a straight. You know, that honestly isn't that good. For this blind, all spade cards are debuffed, which means we can only use hearts. But even with that rule set, this is still a very easy boss. And just like that, we're in the second ante. We're going to take the misprint, as well as a pack. We're going to take Sock and Buskin. This re-triggers all played face cards. We're going to do a Celestial pack. No Jupiter, but I guess we'll take the pair. I'm excited to see how this run goes, because right now we're kind of playing towards face cards a little bit, but we only have one card for that after all. We're going to take the credit card, as well as our second Jupiter card. It would be kind of cool to do some straight flushes, but I think for the majority of this run we'll just be using normal ones. This is the second time this card has been shown to us, and it's the second time I'm going to ignore it. Plus 80 chips if played hand contains a flush, that's super good. All club cards are debuffed, so this is essentially a normal blind. And we one shot. You know, the misprint's pretty good for us right now. Plus 2 chips for each remaining card in the deck. We're going to get rid of the runner to replace it with this. We're also going to take the Arcana pack. You know what? Let's spin the Wheel of Fortune. And we don't hit. There's another one down. Honestly, we've been swinging through this entire game. I'm not sure if anything will slow us down. We're going to use Strength on the 10 and the Queen. That makes it so we not only get more kings, but we also get an extra face card from that. And there's another one down. Honestly, some really good scores. We'll take another pack. And we got lucky, we'll do that Jupiter. You know what? Let's do the Arcana pack as well. The Chariot enhances one card into a steel card. We will definitely be taking that. Let's go ahead and put it in our 3. -1 hand size. You know, normally that's pretty rough, but for this deck, it's honestly not that bad. We nearly one-shot it. I think we just need one more hand, exactly like this, to put it away. And just like that, we're going to the 4th ante. The Faceless Joker. Earn $5 if 3 or more face cards are discarded at the same time. We're not going to take this. We're going to do another Celestial pack. And we're going to take our 4th Jupiter. Honestly, some really good RNG on that. One-shotting it once again. So basically what I'm seeing is we have a ton of chips but barely any mult, so the entirety of the playthrough is basically going to be boosting that up. Starting with this Arcana pack. We're going to turn these 3 spade cards into hearts. Moving on to the big blind, we're just going to do the spades flush. Some pretty good damage, we'll polish it off with the hearts. And just like that, we're going to the boss. The Scary Face is a very good card, but we really need more mult than anything. First Arcana pack. We're going to take the Emperor. It creates up to 2 random tarot cards. We get the Empress and Death. We're going to open up our second Arcana pack. You know what? We're going to spin the Wheel of Fortune again. And we actually hit it. We get holographic on the blue Joker. This is now our best Joker. Moving on to the Wheel Boss Blind. 1 in 7 cards get drawn face down. Luckily with this deck, we can easily predict what those cards are, and we get a very easy flush just like that. I think it's the same thing here. Another flush. Nope. But does it really matter when every card just lines up like this? Another easy ante down. We're now moving into the second half of the game where we really need to focus on getting molts because honestly this setup is not going to cut it for much longer. We'll start off with a celestial pack. Unfortunately not get anything. We're going to take another easy small blind, this time boosted by the steel card. And that's enough for a one shot. 11.1 thousand is our new max. For right now we're going to replace the credit card with the Devious Joker holographic. I know we're not really here for the straights, but the plus 10 molt is going to come in handy. And just like that, that should be enough to easily pass the big blind. Supernova might be the best card to get right now. It adds the number of times your poker hand has been played this run to the multiplier. And if you've noticed, the only hand we've used is the flush, so this will give us an insane amount of molt. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the Devious Joker and replace it with our new baby, the Supernova. I think we're just going to move on to the next shop. We've got some pretty good jokers and some good tarot cards in the back pocket. The Mouth. Play only one hand type this round. This is probably the easiest boss we could get. We're only going to be using flushes in the first place. And we're going to get to see how much our Supernova does, which I'm not sure what it was, but was probably enough to boost us. Let's take a look at it. That added 20 molt to our score. Let's take a celestial pack. And we get another Jupiter. Honestly, the only thing I could ask for is... oh my. Not only are we getting a negative tag, but also a polychrome tag. And this is exactly what I was going to ask for. We're going to take the negative tag. We're going to take the polychrome tag. All we have to do is pass the flint. This is a very scary one. Any mistakes could lead to the entire run being thrown away. We're going to turn our ace and jack into molt cards. And coming down here, we can turn this two of hearts into this molt ace of spades with the death card. All of that combined gives us our best hand of the entire run, and hopefully enough to push us over that limit, in which it barely does not. That's no issue though, another flush and we got it. Just like that, we're going to move on to probably our best shop of the entire run. Walkie Talkie. Each play dinner for gives 10 chips and plus 4 molt when scored. Not really that good, but it is negative, so we have to take it. Another thing I have my eyes on is a spectral pack down here. I have been wanting to see one of these in my shop for the longest time. Wraith creates a random rare joker and sets your money to 0. Trance adds a blue seal to one selected card in your hand. I think we're going to do Wraith here. We don't have that much money in the first place. I think we're going to get rid of Sock and Buskin. It might be worth it, let's see. And we get Vagabond. Create a tarot card if hand is played with $4 or less. Not too bad considering we're flat broke right now. We're still holding on to our polychrome tag. Hopefully we get to use it after this shop. That's an amazing hand. And we get a free Wheel of Fortune. Let's go ahead and get nothing from it. Second hand here. Wow. We also got the Emperor for that, which gives us 2 random tarot cards, another Wheel of Fortune, and we actually hit it this time. Plus 10 molt to our Crafty Joker. And there we go. Polychrome has been added to the Mad Joker, which if I'm gonna be honest, is probably better than the Vagabond right now. Let's just go swap those out. And yet another Spectral pack. I have to open this one. Ectoplasm adds negative to a random Joker and takes away 1 hand size. Ouija also takes 1 from your hand size and converts all cards in hand to a random single rank. Out of the 2 of these, I have to take Ectoplasm. It's going to get put on the misprint. Now we get to see the full potential of our build with a polychrome on top. 42,000 just like that. With just 1 more hand, we easily shoot over that mark, getting 83,000 chips. We're going to take an Arcana pack. Of course we have to take the Chariot. Let's put that on our 2 of hearts. And we'll go to the house. First hand is drawn face down. I'm just gonna guess that these are all hearts. I have nothing to base it off of, but we can hope. Very close. That's not gonna do much for us. However, I can easily tell that this is another flush right there. And with this last hand, we should be moving on to the final ante of the video. We're going to take both of the Celestial packs. The first one gives us a Jupiter. The second one also gives us a Jupiter. That is amazing luck. Took a bit of re-rolling, but we get our first flush for this boss. The second one will clean it up. We're gonna take an Arcana pack. I guess we'll just make the king and queen a little bit stronger. Moving on to the second to last one. First hand doing some damage. Looks like about 41,000, meaning the second one should clean it up. Wow, and just like that, we are going to the final boss of Balatro. This is our last shop, so if we have any adjustments we want to make, we have to do it now. We're going to take the Celestial pack and get our final Jupiter of the run. We're going to re-roll the shop, a bit of a risky move, but I don't think we'll get anything too crazy out of the standard pack. Nothing good here, let's just go ahead and open the pack. And like I said, nothing crazy. We are now moving on to the Cerulean Bell. Forces one card to always be selected. The final boss, can we do it? Let's find out. It selected the King of Spades for us, which isn't terrible. One reroll is all it takes, so we're going to easily get that flush. Amazing first hand damage, 46,000 is crazy. It grabbed another Spades card, we're going to have to reroll. And we get the king selected, we're going to have a flush, we're going to have the steel card. That's an amazing pool. I believe this should be enough. That's an insane amount of mult. So close, 93,000. Discarding that hand and selecting this flush, that should do it for the entire run. Can we make it? Easy, 134,000. Our best hand was 50,000, we played exactly 200 cards, and our most played hand was the flush, coming in at 36 uses. We only had to reroll the shop once, and only bought 32 cards. Well, one thing that I forgot to mention is that was the very first time I had ever played the checkered deck, so completing the challenge on the first try is absolutely insane. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit of frame rate chops throughout it, but I'm trying the best I can. I'm currently out of town working on this video, so if you can drop me a like, a sub, a comment, all the YouTube things, it would greatly help me out. I hope you enjoyed once again. I've been Keen. Have a good night.